Having the ability to stay mindful and focused in your day-to-day life is one of the most important skills. But most people lack that skill in the modern world. For like most of my teenage life, I had a really bad attention span. I wasn't able to focus at all. I still remember that when I first got some improvement, when I started reading consistently, I could only read like 4 pages of a book maximum. And after reading like during, while reading those 4 pages, I would be so bored because my attention span was so bad. I wasn't able to really focus on something for a long time. So in the beginning, when I first got some improvement, I was just reading 1 page of a book every day for like 5, 10 minutes. And then I couldn't read anymore. It was too much for my brain because my attention span was so bad at the time. And I'm still, to be honest, my attention span is still far from really being like extremely good. I'm sure that if I compare my attention span to the attention span of the average person like 50, 100 years ago, there would be a big difference. So I'm still working on this. I'm still working on improving my attention span and improving my ability to focus in general and being mindful and just stay in the present. But I've made some big improvements in comparison to like 1 year ago. And this video, I'm just going to teach you what truly helped me to improve my attention span. So the first thing, I think most of people watching this video knew it was coming: meditation. Meditation is just an amazing habit to just stay mindful and focus on your day-to-day life. It truly helps us to just be more aware of your thoughts and distraction. When you get distracted, be aware of those moments where you're just distracted and focus back on the present moment. So I think the way I meditate is I use an app called Medito. It's an amazing app. I really recommend to use it to if you're a beginner of meditation, and go through the courses before starting the daily meditation on Medito. And the most important course that you need to do at first is the How to Sit course on Medito. It's an amazing course that teaches you how to really meditate, what you should do while meditating, and the mindset you should have when meditating. So download the app called Medito. Go through the whole how to sit course. It will take you like 1 week. Just do it every morning for like 1 week, and then start doing daily meditations every day for the rest of your life. Meditation is just really good habit to be mindful in general. Be aware of when your brain, your focus gets distracted, and bring back your focus to the present moment. Because even if you have like an amazing attention span, there will always be moments where your brain just goes elsewhere. Where you start thinking about something that happened like 2 days ago, even though you're supposed to work right now. Meditation is a habit to just this habit that's gonna help you to just notice that your brain is going elsewhere and bring back your focus to your work. The second habit is just sitting there and thinking. Like the first time I heard this advice, it was from a video from Hamza on his Unfiltered channel. The video was called "Stare at your wall and think." I didn't follow that advice at first. I just started implementing it recently, and it is truly helpful. Just sitting there without distractions and just thinking. And I know it sounds boring, but it is truly helpful. To just be more, it first helps you to just be more introspective and also be more like aware in general of what you're thinking about. If you like think of people like 200 years ago, there were probably a lot of moments in their days where they would just sit there and do nothing. But nowadays we cannot even do that. Every single moment is spent consuming. We forgot that we never spend time just existing without doing anything. I think it's a really important habit. Find like a time that is not too long, like too long for you, but that is also not too short for you. So it depends on how good your attention span is. Right now, I do it like for 30 to 45 minutes a day. It's a time that's not that hard, but that's also not so extremely easy for me. But in the beginning, you can even start with like 2 5 minutes. It really depends on how good or how bad your attention span is. So start small, and as your attention span improves, spend more time doing it. The third habit is just like two habits, and those are reading and journaling. There are multiple ways of journaling, but I think um, journaling about things that you currently think like that currently make you anxious is, I think, personally a really good practice to just how should I say it, have less to think about. Because a lot of time when we think about some things that make us anxious or that bring up negative emotions. But when you just write down your problems on paper, write down the things that make you anxious and that make you feel negative on paper, it reduces the time you spend throughout your day just mindlessly thinking about those things. So, but you just find a way to journal that works best for you and just start journaling consistently. But I just find it really, the way I journal personally is first like I just journal about some things that make me anxious. The second way is just I like ask myself some questions and try to answer those questions as best as I can. That's really helpful. I started doing it really recently, but that's extremely helpful. And the third about journal is structured journaling. I just write down five every morning. I write down like 5 to 10 things I'm grateful for. But just find like a journal practices work best for you and just try it out. Just write down what you're thinking about, what you're currently thinking about. Some things that make you anxious, and you'll see. On the long run, it truly helps you with just thinking less and being more present in general. And reading is a really good habit to just be able to know how good your attention span is. Like if you're reading something that's not that enjoyable, like an informational book, just try to like notice how much your brain just goes elsewhere. Because in the beginning when I first started reading, every like 5 seconds I was start thinking about something else. I would just read, but not even like totally forget like 1 to 6 later what I just read. So this when you notice that your brain you're not no longer mindful, exactly like meditation. When you notice you're no longer mindful, just bring back your focus to the book you're currently reading, and just do that as much as you can. In the beginning, you're gonna get distracted a lot. You're gonna start thinking about some things that have nothing to do with the book you're currently reading. But just bring back your focus to the book you're reading. The last habit is reducing the time you spend on social medias and deleting TikTok. I never had TikTok, and I still think like I never used it, but I still think it's a bullshit app, and you should delete it for real. When you like uh, first just try to reduce how much time you spend on social media. I'm probably gonna make a video on how to get rid of social media addiction, but I'm just going to tell you like the best way I personally think you can get rid of like a social media or video game addiction. And just find some other things to do with your time. Instead of focusing on reducing the time you're spending on those social media apps, focus on increasing the time you're spending on other tasks like reading, working out, um, training martial arts, playing chess, journaling, talking with your family, going on a walk. Focus on increasing those tasks progressively. Start small and increase them more over time. It's also planning your day. Just filling out a day with other tasks and just saying to yourself, okay, tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. I'm gonna work. From 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm gonna play football. But just find other things to do. That's I personally think the best way to get rid of those like social media and video game addictions. That's what worked best for me. So yeah, just really try to spend as it's like especially the apps like Instagram and like TikTok. If you can delete TikTok, I really like don't make excuses. I really think it's a really bad app. So just delete it. You probably don't even need it. You use it only for you like watch videos for like that are like 10, 20 seconds long. And that's really bad for your attention span because it trains when you do that regularly. It trains your brain to just like not being able to focus on something for a longer amount of time. You're getting used to just watching a video for like 5 seconds and then focusing on the next video and focus on the next one every like 20 seconds. And to be honest, that's something I'm still working on. I don't have TikTok and I never had TikTok. I also don't have Instagram, but I used to have Instagram. But on YouTube, I sometimes um, lose myself watching some shorts. Like I watch them really not that regularly, but sometimes I watch some short, and that's I really think even when you watch just a certain amount of short form videos, it's really not a good thing for your attention span and your focus in general. And that's why most of the time, like 95% of the time, when I watch YouTube, I watch like long form videos, podcasts that are really long, and videos that are above at least above 10 minutes long. And those videos, when the video is like above like 20 minutes long, and it's a video that's really not that edited. Like podcasts, for example, that those strings are actually not bad for attention span, and they can be good for attention span. I think in general you should reduce or even long form videos. You shouldn't watch too much YouTube. And I've reduced the amount of time I spend on YouTube in comparison to like 1 year ago for by a lot. But I'm still working on reducing it even more. But currently I spend like an average of 1.5 to 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours a day on YouTube. And I'm still working on reducing it because I really think those things are not good for me. That's why I want to use them as little as possible. But if you continue to watch YouTube, focus on watching some long form videos above 10 minutes long, and also informational videos. If you want to waste time, then waste time on watching some good quality informational videos. But yeah, like I said, I'm still working on this. My attention span is far from being perfect, but it has improved drastically using the tips I give you in this video. And truly, I really think that being the ability to focus, stay focused on a single task for a longer amount of time is by far one of the most important skills you can have. So really treasure your attention and focus, and do your best to improve it as much as you can. So yeah, don't run away from discomfort, chase it.